Now I would like to call to stand Assistant Chief Ruben Beltran, Commanding Officer of Patrol Borough Queenstown.
Hi, good evening. It's been a long day and a long night for us. The incident that we just talked about that occurred last night, that we don't want to obscure the reason for this vigil tonight. But it also kind of reinforces kind of the risk that even though today we buried Detective Mora, while we're planning on it, while we're sleeping, ready to wake up and deal with the funeral and to help support the family, we're responding to another incident of a police officer shot. And also another reminder that there were other officers that were shot at that night also from the 100 Precinct Public Safety Team that did not return fire. And I think that's something that's sometimes not covered as much by the in terms of the restraint that we show while we're undertaking the risks that we do. There were a lot of comments already said by the borough president, and thank you for holding this visit tonight and for thinking of us and gathering Queens to help support the police department today, the Chief of Patrol, Chief O'Reilly, who's here, and my partner, Chief Galen Frierson. I learned a lot today and last week, personally about Officer Detective Mora and Detective Rivera. And really a lot of it is similar to my experience, man, as Dominicans growing up in New York City, first generation, or freshly immigrated to the country. Very similarities with my heritage, which is Puerto Rican. And it really touched and hit home that how passionate they were about the work that they did, how committed they were to serving the community. About one of the officers actually listening to his radio at home, which I did commonly when I was a 20-year-old getting ready to come on to the police department. I think a lot of people are rediscovering and understanding maybe better the risk that we take every day and appreciating that risk a little bit more because of the sacrifices made by those detectives last week. But there's still a lot of people out there where that's undiscovered, where it needs to be understood, where it needs to be at least accepted that what happened last week is really just a culmination of the risk that we've been taking, many of us, me for 36 years, and many of these young men, that's when it becomes tragic when some young men are taken from us, take every day. I try to think about how many police officers today walk down hallways in people's households protecting domestic violence victims. And we will not hesitate to do our job. And we will be more inspired by the sacrifices made by Detective Mora and Detective Rivera. And we will make sure that we will continue that fight to defend the victims, to protect the victims. And their memories will live on by the bravery that the police officers that are behind you show every day in committing to those tasks and protecting the people of Queens County, the people of New York City, in good times and in bad times. And let me tell you, it hurts in bad times when we hear a lot of negativity in the press. And we're hoping that there's a more fair reporting on how that's portrayed. We know we make mistakes, but we know that we make these sacrifices and we take these risks every day. And in honor of those detectives that make that ultimate sacrifice, I will continue to the day, last day that I have on this job, to be inspired by their memory, by their example, and by the model they set for the rest of us. So thank you very much, and God bless.